Now, y'all know I hate banks. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Ernest, and I hate banks. If you're just like me, or if you just hate your bank, there is a bank that I believe that you will grow to trust and possibly grow to love. And that's Ally Bank. With Ally Bank, it's a lot more secure than keeping your money in the shoebox for all our, you know, financial needs. I mean, trust me, it's a lot more secure than that. Ally Bank offers high yielding savings accounts that actually help you save money. You know, unlike these other banks over here, Ally Bank is actually helping you save money with your savings account. So it makes sense to open up a savings account with Ally Bank. There's no minimum deposit, not within your savings or your spending account to get started with Ally Bank. There's no minimum deposits, there's no monthly fees, and there's no overdraft fees. I know that's a lot. That's a big issue for a lot of people. That's a big deal. So join Ally Bank, you know, with 24/7 customer service, which is great. They have one of the best, or I will say the best customer service I've ever dealt with within any banking in all my banking life. Like, and I'm not over exaggerating. I really do appreciate their customer service. They truly do care and they live up to their name. They're an ally for sure. Some of my favorite things about banking with Ally is pretty much being able to make crypto payments as well. And as I mentioned before, the 24-hour customer service. You know, you might be in the middle of the night and you're thinking, oh man, whatever issues you have going on, you call somebody, somebody's going to answer that line. It could be at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 7 a.m. as I'm recording this ad for y'all right now. You know, you can pick up the line, call somebody, and you can get the assistance you need right now. This is a limited time offer though. So right now, if you hit the link in the description box below, you can win up to $125 for qualifying signees. If you are a qualifying signee, you can get up to $125 for becoming a member of Ally Bank. Now, I don't know about you, but I could use an extra $125. Definitely. You know, that's a great way to fund your bank, to start your funding with Ally Bank. It's a great way to start your savings, saving for the future, start your investments with that money as well, or simply just buy whatever you want or support yours truly with that. Whatever you decide to do with your extra $125, it's all up to you. You know, hit the link in the description box below. Offer ends though March 1st, 2024. So you want to move quickly right now as you can. You want to move as fast as you can to sign up for Ally Bank, a bank you can trust, a bank that I don't hate. And that's saying a lot because I hate banks, but I don't hate Ally Bank. So if this sounds good to you, hit the link once again in the description box below. Sign up for Ally Bank. And yeah, happy banking. All right, this next topic here. Some folks might not want to hear this. You know, you probably didn't want to hear what I had to say about the last topic. You might not ever want to hear what I have to say. My question is, why are you tuned in? That's number one. But number two, this next topic right here is, it might not, like I said, it might not be something people want to hear, but it's how I feel. And it's obviously my thoughts. And I'm going to say this is not coming from a place of wishful thinking. This is not me saying that I want Donald Trump to win, because simple as that, if I felt that way, and then this upcoming election, I would vote for Donald Trump. See, the politicians that I back, I vote for. I don't vote against politicians to spite another politician. Or I don't vote for politicians simply just to spite another politician. Meaning that simply because I don't want Donald Trump to win means I'm going to vote for Joe Biden or whoever the Democratic candidate is going to be, right? Which I believe they're going to stick with Joe Biden, right? There's a whole slew of reasons as to why I'm going to say the things that I say here. obviously, but I'm not that, and vice versa. I don't think Joe Biden is. I don't think he's a good president now, and I don't think he will be a good president 4 years from now. But that doesn't mean I'm going to vote for Donald Trump because I don't believe in Joe Biden either. You know, uh, but I do have to say, as you can see from the title, if Donald Trump wins again, so be it. That's my stance on the situation. Now, why do I take this stance of so be it if Donald Trump wins the presidency again? Well, the last 4 years have been shaped, to be very frank with you. Not saying that the pandemic years, or from 2016 to 2020 was perfect, but there were things that this country actually improved upon, such as the economy. The economy was trash, but it was a lot better. And that's a shame because it's like, again, it's the lesser of two evils type thing, that argument that I really hate. But if we're talking economy wise, the lesser of two evils was the Republican candidate, Donald Trump, not the Democrat candidate right now, Joe Biden. It's just fact, and just I felt like just other ways in general that I could easily, either comment on YouTube or just make another segment about it, not in this episode, in a future episode, as to why I feel as though there were certain things that were better under a Trump presidency rather than, a Joe Biden presidency, right? But look at your man, JB. Look at your man right now. You don't have faith in that dude. I've never had faith in him, so I'm not talking about me. I'm not going to say we in this situation at all. I never had faith in him. I never had faith in Trump. I got on this podcast. I got on my blogs. I got on anywhere else that I share my thoughts. And I stated my claims clearly, loudly, proudly. I got flack for the stuff that I said. Specifically on YouTube, I made videos that got shut down and was false flagged for some BS reasons that were unrelative to the video per se, but still got shut down. And in fact, I wouldn't be surprised if this specific video will get the same type of treatment the ones in the past did, when I discussed Donald Trump in a favorable quotation marks way. Even though I'm saying I don't like the guy, I'm not voting for the guy. I don't think he's a fit president, but I also don't believe Joe Biden is one as well. I can say these things. I can make a video about how I just don't like Trump. And, okay, the video saying I don't like Trump is not going to get touched. But a video like this, and the videos like this I've done in the past, will get touched by YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Fingers crossed that they don't. Or this one doesn't, but I'm gonna say what I have to say. So, y'all voted for Joe Biden. Y'all knew this man was, or some of y'all, not all of y'all. Some of y'all had to find out the hard way, and it is what it is. Yes, I'm laughing at y'all because some of y'all had to find out the hard way, but some of y'all knew he was unfit to be a president. But I'm pretty sure that your lack of belief in him, or you didn't think it would be this bad. You didn't think he would be this bad as a president. I was bringing up his cognitive decline again years ago, and as I've stated in the past, and I still feel this way now, I am not making fun of the man when I bring up his well-being, his health, his health. I'm not making fun of him. I'm saying these are the facts. Do you really want somebody of this nature to run an entire country, to be making decisions that affect you, me, and everybody else in this country? Do you really trust the man? No matter his political affiliation, man or woman, no matter their political affiliation, no matter their race, their sexuality, their religion, what say you? Do you really trust somebody with that type of cognitive decline to run an entire country? Were you really willing to look past all of that just to spite the tiny hand man? A lot of y'all said yes. A lot of y'all who voted for him said yes, you were willing to do that. And this is the man that you got. And a lot of y'all, you're not saying it to me, but I see the discussions y'all have online. I see the discussions I hear the discussions you have amongst one another. Y'all are not happy with the decision you've made. Now, this isn't a I told you so type of thing. It might feel that way. It might seem that way. But what I'm saying is there are better options. I've been saying this. There've always been better options for you to vote, but you refuse to do so. You refuse to do so because you're so stuck in this two-party system that it either has to be a Democrat or a Republican, or this guy or that guy, or this woman or that person, or whatever the case is. Y'all don't even have faith in Kamala Harris. The same people that I saw was so pro-Harris, it's silent right now. And a lot of y'all you're not even championing her. Because you know she ain't nothing but an Instagram model. Y'all don't even champion her. So there's a lot of folks who know for a fact that even insiders within the Democratic Party know for a fact that JB ain't it. Neither is Kamala Harris. And they're struggling to find somebody that is going to be, I guess, popular, but someone who will toe the line. This is what happens when you continuously prop up liars, when you continuously associate yourself with liars, when you continue to be a liar. Eventually, the smoke and mirrors trick, like the smoke, it's going to subside. Smoke doesn't stay forever. Eventually, burning houses will deflame, if that's even a word. The smoke and mirrors trick, eventually the mirror is going to show who you truly are. You know? And that's what's happening with the Democrats right now. And they're panicking. They got a few months. We're in 2024. They have a few months to get their ish together. And they still haven't gotten their ish together. Meanwhile, the same tactics that I see them that I seen them pull back in 2016 about Donald Trump. Now, some of them have learned if we cover him, more people are going to see him, and therefore we aren't going to cover him because more people are going to see him, more people are going to be enticed by what he says, and therefore he's possibly going to get more votes. Some folks have gotten that, but some folks haven't learned from 2016. Some folks are still covering him. And when I say some folks, I mean the folks who are opposing him, the folks who don't want him in power because of the type of truths that he reveals, not only about the political system, but, you know, just everybody involved in that situation. You don't have to like the guy to know that he shook some things up, to admit that he shook some things up. Biden ain't shaking nothing but his fist. He ain't doing nothing but shaking his fist at people like me for questioning his ability to lead. He's not doing anything but shaking his fist at people like me for saying, hey, give black people tangibles. I saw him in that barbershop with those black men. I'm going to talk about that probably in a couple weeks or so. In fact, I'm probably going to write about it on Medium and stuff. Yes, I'm back on Medium. For those who don't know, link in the description box below. We'll greatly appreciate your support there as well. But that's what he's doing. That's the only stuff he's shaking his fist. Girl, why won't you just buy into? Why won't you just buy into my lies? Why don't you just follow suit, girl? That's what he's shaking up. He ain't shaking up nothing else. But it's looking like, and I could be wrong, but it's looking like Donald Trump is going to win again. Not even a candidate that I believe in. I believe Cornel West. I have seen his support for him waned a bit. I don't know why is that the case, but I don't go based off of I go based off of my personal beliefs and why. If I'm voting for someone, it's not because people who share the same political stances I do or similar political stances I do are voting for somebody. So I'm telling you right now, I'm voting for Cornel West. Unless something changes, unless he does what every third party candidate tends to do, especially like the Bernie types, and capitulate to Democrats and drop out at the very last minute and say, I'm endorsing this Democratic candidate. Unless he does that, he's not getting my vote. You know what I'm saying? Well, he is getting my vote. Unless he does that or just anything close to that, then it's like, yeah, he's still going to get. Well, obviously, if he does that, he can no longer get my vote because he is taking his name off the ballot. But if he does something or says something, and if you used to work, not work for, well, if you did used to work for him, let me know. But if you used to be a supporter of Cornel West and you no longer are a supporter, I am curious as to knowing why. I'm not trying to be convinced on anything. I just want to know why. I'm just asking a question. Maybe your statements will get me to think, or maybe not. I'm not even going to respond to what you're saying. I just want to know why. This is one of those times where I'm asking you a question, not to respond to what you say, but because I really want to know the answer. And I want to ask actual real people, not search it up on Google. Not search it up on some other search engine that has a political bias for a specific party. I want to ask actual individuals. So if that's you, or just any of the candidates, whether it be Cornel West, Joe Biden, Donald Trump, feel free to comment who are you voting for and why. Okay, yeah, that'd be interesting. But as I stated, man, if Donald Trump wins again, so be it. You want to know why? I'm going to tell you, as bad as 2020 was for all of us, I can tell you, I personally didn't have a terrible 4 years under Donald Trump. It wasn't perfect, but it wasn't terrible. These past 4 years under a Democrat-ran politician has made money getting, that's right, we talking about money here, but no, the economy was trash and just a lot of things that follow suit because of it was bad as well. Now, granted, I'm back in a liberal state or a liberal city, put it that way. I'm back in a liberal city as opposed to being in, a conservative city and state around the time Donald Trump was the president. But, I don't see Donald Trump. And when you think about like other situations such as our relations with, Russia or whatever the case is. Now, foreign affairs, that's what the term I was thinking of, right? Again, Trump was no saint when it came to that. But he wasn't out here getting involved in America and other people's businesses like that. You know, he's also an American first type of president, which many Republicans tend to tout anyway, right? Meaning that he focused on the well-being of Americans. Now, granted, people can say, "Oh, it was for white Americans only." Some of that dog whistle stuff may have been true, but you can't necessarily get away with that in its totality here in America. The way things are now, there's going to be a trickle down effect, whether they want it to be that way or not. The racists, the dog, the dog whistlers or whatever, whether they want it to be that way or not, there is a trickle down effect that affects all Americans when they do something that benefits Americans. Simple as that. Joe Biden and the Democrats are not American first. You see them trying to get all these immigrants in and all this other stuff, and they come in, especially the ones from South America, they come in, and once they get their right to vote, once they learn English, once and all that stuff, it backfires. Not all of them, but it backfires on the Democrats. That's the thing that I don't understand why they're not trying to fix. I kind of see why they're not trying to fix it, because that is the growing population here in America, and it's like we would rather take the risk of losing a bunch of them. I call them the off-whites, because as soon as they start to assimilate to America, they start to assimilate with whiteness and what it means to be the all-American white guy or the all-American white family, and therefore they start voting Republican and all that stuff. But it's like the risk is worth the reward or the squeeze of getting a bunch of these leading, this growing population on our side. So I see why they do that. I still think it's a dumb idea, and it also, obviously, me being a black American, it puts us still at the bottom. It keeps pushing us at the bottom. Joe Biden himself even made statements like, "You're going to have to get in the back of the line, boy." Because and put a thumbs up, like Apple is telling you, but you're going to have to get in the back of the line, because these Hispanics, man, they coming. And we're going to listen to their needs before your needs. Even though y'all are the people who built this country. Even though y'all are the people who got me through the hump. Still, get in the back of the line, boy, girl. So, this is a man who's made it clear, both of them really, but both of them have made it clear that where they stand when it comes to black Americans, where they come to a lot of issues. And honestly, when I say so be it, when it comes to Donald Trump winning again, it all stems from, like I said, I'm thinking about my money, to be honest with you. It's so selfish. You're a capitalist. So is Joe Biden. So is his crackhead son that was stealing money. So is his wife. So is their dog that goes around biting niggas. So is Kamala Harris. So is all the Democrats in general. Where'd you push back on that capitalism? Where? You know what I'm saying? It's not a rhetorical question. Where's the pushback on that? We're not talking about them right now. We're talking about you. You don't want a black man to get his money. Just say that. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying I was the richest man under Trump. Obviously not. No. But someone who is, again, going to focus on Americans. Yeah. All the flaws aside, I'd rather vote for that individual than the individuals that's gonna not vote, do what's in the best interests of Americans, and act as if though. Now, if everyone in this country, I don't mind helping other people, man. I don't mind helping people from. I don't mind if this country was the utopia that, or the saving grace for other people as it pretends to be. I wouldn't mind that to be the case if everybody in this dang country was well off enough for us to even do that. You know what I'm saying? If I or anybody else, everybody else, you watching this right now who might be an American, if we were all well off and was like, you know what, let them come on in. Let them, let's help them out with something. You know what I'm saying? We got an overabundance of wealth here. All of us, not just the politicians, but all of us have an overabundance of wealth here. You know what I'm saying? Let's help them out with something. Let's give them jobs. So let's help them out with this thing. Let's. I wouldn't be none of that. What they're doing right now, none of that would be an issue with me. But that's not reality. You know that's not your reality. I know that's not my reality. The difference is I'm the one that's willing to admit to it. You don't have to admit to it out loud, but be freaking real, man. Be real. Do the politicians, and this is almost on the lines of the last topic, which I'll get into real soon, but do the politicians you vote for and you ride for, riding for Biden, sliding for Biden, do they really care about you as an American, as an individual, as a voter? And I'm not saying Donald Trump truly cares. He doesn't. He actually made it blatantly clear that his followers, he don't care about his followers. They stupid. How low IQ he thinks of them. How lowly he thinks of their IQ. And he's right about, a good portion of them. But still, to have that mindset about your base, the people that helped you get over the hump in 2016, yeah, I don't care what side you on. If Cornel West was like, man, I'm just fooling these black folks, I don't really give a damn, about them. I'm care if it came out Cornel West, like the drop off in support for Cornell that I once saw, online at least. So I'm not going to talk about exit polls and all this other stuff. I'm talking solely online, right? If that is because it was revealed that Cornell really truly doesn't care about us, then yeah, that is definitely something that would make me say, okay, I understand your position. Anybody were to say that, but yeah, just to wrap it up, if Donald Trump wins again, so be it. So be it. Again, as I stated at the beginning of this segment, this is not wishful thinking at all. This is not me saying I hope he wins. People are going to be like, you're putting that energy out there. No, I'm putting the energy of honesty out there. I'm putting the energy of, I want y'all to realize, as I was saying before, but I'll end off this by saying, I want y'all to realize who the F y'all voting for. And not just think about the immediate reaction of, okay, we got the orange man out the house. Think about the long-term implication, because obviously a president here in America can face up to 2 terms. That means 4 to 8 years. You have to think about the future when you're voting for these politicians. Not just the immediate reaction of getting somebody about their position. You have to think about your next 4 to 8 years. You have to think about the next 4 to 8 years for your loved ones, for everybody that you claim to care about. Not just the immediate reaction of get him out the paint. Because you do that and then you vote for somebody that you know for a fact you don't even have 100% faith in. And your faith waned over the 4 years that you got this man into the house or this person into the house. And now all of a sudden you're stuck in a situation that we're in right now. And you don't know what to do because you definitely don't want to vote for Trump, but you also your faith was not much, but now it's like, ooh, damn near touching, damn near touching, damn near touching. You know what I'm saying? And I was you for the audio listeners out there. I was doing a little gesture with my fingers. You know what I'm saying? With the index finger and the thumb. That thing, the little emoji. You might know what I'm talking about. But anyways, you're in a situation that we're in now right now because you didn't think about the future. So I implore you, anybody who's watching this right now, if you are someone who truly cares about your future or the future of America, I want you to start actually thinking about the future and not just voting to get somebody out the house or to prevent someone from winning again. That's all I ask of you in this segment here. But you're going to do what you want to do, and I'm going to do what I want to do right now. Get into another break, and then last topic. Stay tuned.